This is my old channel. Throughout the years since 2020, I have brought it up in terms of my past and everything, and as of this video being uploaded, this channel has been deleted forever off of YouTube. However, before that, I decided to take a look back at pretty much every project that I had worked on for this channel, all the way up to the end of 2019 when I left. Going through 1 year alone took 4 hours, I'm not even kidding, and yes, I was absolutely cringing at a lot of points. So, because I figured that nobody wants to sit through a 4-hour video of me giving commentary on my old projects, and also, that is a nightmare to edit, and even more so of a bitch when I have to export it, I have decided to break off the different sessions of me watching my own content over the years so that it's quicker to get out the door, and that way I can turn these binge sessions into a full-length journey. So, without further ado...
So, like, how many did you make over the years? Because I think you stopped, like...
I started in 2016 and stopped around late 2019.
Oh. So 3 years.
About,
yeah,
and sifting through it, I made about 92 projects in this. I made, I think, a little over 100 total.
Jeez.
Yeah, and
so
this is not going to be like a full, we're gonna blaze through all of them. I did the math, and ultimately I think going through the number of videos, like at least a year, or at least until it gets late, will be enough, and then moving on to another year next time. I'm going to be doing this, going through all of them, and then I'm going to delete my channel.
Oh, damn, man.
Not my current channel, this channel. The reason for that being the reason for that being is because I will look back at this and like, dude, just about every project here was made out of attention. It was made specifically for the idea of, oh man, I'm gonna die. You know what? I'm gonna make all of these different projects so that people will feel something when I die. So yeah, I want to get past that, and I feel the first step is to take a look back at everything and then delete it. That might look better, but
yeah, I think that looks fine.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, it was made with Viva Video. And if you're wondering, Viva Video, I don't remember what the limit was, but it was either 4 minutes and 30 seconds or 5 minutes. So every video that was after that point, I legitimately had to either do a part 2 and edit it, or get another video software for free to combine them both that didn't have a time limit.
Damn.
Yeah, it was hell. And then I actually bought Viva Video later on in my life, and it worked a lot better.
Yep. That's how stingy free apps go.
Yep.
Except CapCut. I hear that's pretty good.
So, pretty much confession. Yeah, I used Blockrock Shooter, but the thing was, what inspired me at the time to do this was a Blockrock Shooter AMV to a song called Army of Me, which appeared in, if I recall, Sucker Punch. Back in the day, I took that and then used it for editing footage.
Army of Me is a really good song.
It is.
I have that, like, on my Spotify playlist all the time.
Yeah, it is a really good song. To my credit, back in the day, I did admit that I did steal it, and I gave credit and sent a link to what I did steal, so... High school me, somehow significantly better than Sniper Wolf.
I mean, you know what that's...
Yeah. By 2018, I went with my own... watermark, which, by the way, during this time, I was not called Sozo. I was just called some shit called Anime, Kijjin, which used to be a channel for uploading anime episodes, back when that was a thing on YouTube. It is a nickname I came up with myself when I was, like, 9, because this was back in the day when I think all of us have used Facebook at some point, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so Facebook at the time used to have, like, these games, like, they had, like, this dinosaur MMO where you could, like, raise your own dinosaur and then battle, like, an RPG, and, like, hey, let's put in your username. I try to go with some 10-year-old edgy shit, like Death, Ion, Reaper, some shit like that. The username is taken. At some point, I don't remember which, I was just like, fuck it, and then just banged my head on banged my hands on a keyboard, going up with whatever, and that worked. That's just what I stuck with. And then I changed it because that made no fucking sense.
Yeah.
So immediately, the tone for both of these is initially different because just everything that's Black Rock Shooter on the left is just that AMV. Everything that's Black Rock Shooter on the right is just mine. And the one comment I did get was from someone who I was friends with. I still kind of am, but we never talk. But it was just how the 2016 one didn't actually have anything to do with the song. So in 2018, when I redid it, I was just like, have something more tied to what I thought the magic was. Because 2016 is very much just, ooh, cool, look at this cool animation type of music video. Where I actually, with 2018, I at least did some research into some of the shows I was using where like, oh, that has some tie. Like using Kekai Sensen. Yeah, in 2016 using fucking Naruto. It has nothing to do with, nothing about the video had anything to do with Naruto.
He's like, yo, look how cool this looks.
Yeah, that's pretty much the vibe. But
That's what I did
2018
for a
is
while.
just depressing as fuck. And that was the vibe I was going for. Yeah, and aside from context also, one thing I got more interested into doing, and I'll show later on, is that I became more obsessed with speed. Specifically, I'm just gonna say right now, I think a lot of my videos are kind of problematic for anybody with epilepsy, because there's a lot of fast motion and bright colors. Bright flashing colors. It is, and at the time I thought faster meant better. Which I think, as we all know, growing up, that's not the case.
Sometimes it could work. Like with a Maxor video, for example. Like, a lot of people really like that stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is like, that is deliberately fast and bright. And also, his videos are accompanied with tons of punchlines and jokes that, if one doesn't work, just move on to the next.
Now, that is so true.
This is just overstimulation, and that's it. There's nothing else to value. Overstimulation and maybe some good music. I did like using Black Rock Shooter in this because Black Rock Shooter the show had a lot of ties to mental health in a lot of ways. Because this scene of just Black Rock Shooter just ripping her own fucking arm off. That's just supposed to be her inner self. And the scene after cuts to her just literally screaming in fucking pain. Like, the show for the most part is incredibly dark and serious and gritty. And then the ending just fucks everything over because it literally just goes power of friendship. Oh, I got food.
Why is that your ringtone for?
Oh, it's just Skrillex's, like, reptile, because it's loud enough for an alarm.
It's just all this sudden stuff and then suddenly Skrillex.
I guess talk for a bit, I gotta get... Just, it's almost comical. Just look at the contrast. Just opening to Full Metal Alchemist, and to the right, girl getting choked out.
Oh, just... just as you would.
I look at the 2016 version and immediately, if I didn't have this comparison, I'd be like, oh, dude, I would have done so much fucking more. I would have, like, if I were to do this, I would have done something differently. I would have re-edited it differently. I would have used something else. It's just, I look at the 2016 version, it just hurts. Because it's not that, it's just like, I hate editing or anything. No, it's that I could have done so much different with this, and I fucking hate that. I know it's my past, but legitimately, this is the shit I cringe at.
Yeah, look, oh, God, I used to do this.
Like, actually, just Lucky Star. Just, why did I use Lucky Star? Fuck! I hate this. Again, I could not do this without the comparison. Like, ah.
Oh, just, it's like.
I don't know why I used this scene from No Game No Life because on the right, because it was just like I guess it looked menacing enough. Fuck it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like, it's hard for me to look at the 2016 version. I'm real glad I'm just looking at the 2018 version. Because, like, it's just, again, the 2016 version, most of this is just someone else's editing.
On one hand, we have people trying to kill each other, and on the other hand, hating.
We have, like, the one of the most badass fights in Haruhi Suzume, and the other one is literally just a character that went through a major change due to losing somebody. It's just,
At least it helped you become a better editor.
I mean, I hesitate to say that because, I hesitate to say that because the first year of AMVs are really rough. And it's just, like, again, like, this is a case of, like, things I regret, because it's just, like, I use an entire fucking unedited scene of goddamn Naruto for no reason other than for time. Because I think that was my intention, was just, hey, let's just get to the drop and have cool stuff there. Also, I'm gonna be real, half of these shows that I use in both versions, I'm not even sure I even like anymore. Like, I fell out of enjoyment with Ancient Magus Bride, cause, like, the animation was good, some of the stories were good, but, dear God, the thing with, he's my teacher, but also my owner because I was auctioned off, but he's also my husband, but I'm also kind of like his mother. It got really fucking weird. It got really fucking weird. And for years it was considered to be like basically the Beauty and the Beast anime, and then I found an actual show that's more like Beauty and the Beast.
I'm sorry, you kind of lost me after the whole my husband and and he's gonna.
Ancient Magus Bride is so fucking weird. Like, it has some interesting stories. Like, there is a pretty good backstory of one of the mages. The story around Chise having the sickness or the short lifespan is an interesting story. Like, there's a whole story around, like, dragons and the idea of mortality and how it differs between race to race. There's good stuff in it, but it is so overshadowed by how fucking weird and even gross it gets.
It's good in theory. It's just overshadowed by the weird shit.
Yeah. The one thing I remember about this fucking moment, I showed this to a friend in my high school, and they were like, they immediately laughed at this moment on the left, because it's just like, dude, oh, random just shot of Sakura. Well, at the time I got defensive about this, but my friend did put it really well about the 2016 version, is that maybe 1% of this actual video has anything to do with the song.
It's like, yeah, that's what you thought. That would have been on this song.
I mean, back in the day, I was like, dude, just cut me some slack, that's my first thing, but now I'm just like, I look back and I'm like, you know, no, he's right. Like, I look back at this.
I mean, you have to fail. You have to fail to improve. That's how it works.
I guess it's a sign I've grown up, because I look back at it and it's like, what the fuck was I thinking?
You just looking back at this, and then just sitting and looking at a mirror like, oh, God.
Like, again, it's like, like, 2018 version is all me, 2016 version, I think most of this was literally just using, again, most of this outro, just using somebody else's, and then just the Naruto versus Pain fight. It's funny because that actual character in Naruto is somebody that could probably, like, I could have used for this song. That's the thing. I just used the wrong fucking stuff.
It's too...
It is a very long song. That was something too, like, I did, like, I think a couple of videos that were, like, over maybe 6 or 7 minutes for AMVs, and my friends were like, dude, I mean, like, it feels a little too long for an AMV, and I was just like, fuck you, I'm doing it anyway, and I just look back and I'm like, dude, this is way too long for an AMV.
I think it could work, but it needs, like, some dialogue or something.
Yeah,
because
either that or at least just something, like, some point. Like, I like those videos where it's like, hey, let's have a year in review for, like, anime or so on and so forth. Like, those kinds of videos. Like, those Anime 101s or 303 videos they used to be like. Or Anime's Got Talent. Like, those videos are so fucking great.
Mm.
And also, they had a fuck ton more editing on their side. Understandable so, because everything up to the end of 2019 was all done on an Android tablet.
Not to mention, you probably didn't have that many shows, like, downloaded and stuff.
Oh, I have plenty of shows downloaded. I will admit, because I couldn't save all of them on mine, I did screen record a lot of these videos. And you will notice, because the aspect ratio consistency is fucking ass in a lot of these.
Don't worry.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So this was the second one I did, which was, I went away from that to going, like, because I was into this song, it was Body Gold, I forget who, it's a remix of something. But it was one where it was just like, I wanted to do a romance-based AMV.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Chunibyo,
wow.
Chunibyo, surprisingly, a lot less people have seen it than I gave it credit for.
Really?
Yeah, I will hear a lot of people, whether it be in like the Konosuba fandom or even like Genshin Impact fandom, who's just like, why the fuck is this character acting like this queen when she really isn't? And also, why do they have an eye patch, really? And it's just like, dude, have you never seen Shinibio? Oh, I guess you haven't seen Shinibio. Oh, fuck.
Well, people do have quick attention spans.
This was, considering the year, this was definitely before the final movie, which absolutely was like peak.
Sorry, all I genuinely remember from this is, where'd you hear about it? How could anyone forget Familiar Zero?
Oh my god!
Familiar Zero, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
right. Okay, so the Familiar Zero, back in the day, this was like the only other romance series I had watched at that point, because I knew about anime since like I was into anime for like 2011, maybe 2012 or so, sometime around that. Back whenever like YouTube wasn't getting under fire for releasing anime episodes online. Like that's about when I got into it. And Familiar Zero was one of the earliest romance shows I watched. Years later, I don't even give a fuck about it because it's fucking bullshit. It is one of the worst romance series because season 1 goes from an interesting story to season 2 and onward. The main love interest is an absolute untrusting bitch, and the main character is an unapologetic pervert.
We try not to talk about it.
But around this time, because I didn't give a fuck about my school studies or anything, I watched a bunch of anime, and also, yeah, the fucking anime, the angel anime, where the whole gimmick is this girl is in like perverted situations by her love interest, or like in situations she doesn't like, just kills him, and then reverses the clock to when it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's why I was a bit shocked.
You might ask?
Yeah, comedy.
Oh, so that's when my hate for this shit started. And if you look on your right, we see Black Lagoon, the superior anime.
Yeah. Also, this anime. Actually, like, honestly, what I said about, like, Ancient Magus Bride, this is actually a much more better version than this. Because this whole series, I think it's When the Rain Falls or whatever, it is literally about a teenager in love with her supervisor, who's, like, this middle-aged man. And they talk about it where it's just like, oh man, it's just, look, I'm a middle-aged man, you're a teenager, this can't work. I mean, how, like, even if it did, like, you would not like me. Like, just try going on a date with me. And she's like, wait, you're letting me go on a date with you? I'm like, it's one of those shows that is aware it's weird, and it doesn't try to make excuses. It just kind of rolls with it. And in the end, I don't even think they get together. It's an interesting case. I wouldn't recommend it to a lot of people, but it's an interesting case. Also, Left, just the entire, one of the best scenes from Ouran High School Host Club that is pretty much been canonized because the Japanese actor and actress are actually married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But I hang on for way too fucking long. Also, Gangsta, show that was, again, there's a really good series. And it's still going on to this day. Studio Manglobe, they went bankrupt after, like, trying to do, like, 11 or 12 episodes of this, though.
Jeez.
Yeah, nobody was really fucking watching their shows. Unfortunate. And it's a shame because they came out with some really good stuff like Samurai Champloo and Dead Man Wonderland.
Yeah, which have went on to be cult classics.
Oh, yeah. Dead Man Wonderland, I don't know how too much, but definitely Samurai Champloo. Good show. Also, yeah, back in the day, everybody was into Noragami back in the day. Like, I don't remember a single Facebook posting of anybody who was into anime who didn't post like a meme of fucking Yato's stupid ass cat face. Also,
don't people still post that cat face to this day?
I don't know. Probably some old people or Nazis. 2018. This was before I was even aware of Kazuma and Megumin actually being in a relationship. I kind of fucking, on my end, I kind of called it. Because between everyone in that fucking party, Megumin and Kazuma actually have the most decent relationship.
I mean, it kind of started with them skipping to blow up a demon lord's castle.
Yeah, it started with that. They just constantly went on outings to just exploding a demon castle, and eventually it's just like more time goes on, the more time you see like they're kind of the same mindset, going from like hating a fucking cultist town to fighting over who gets to be in the bath. Also,
the signs were there.
No, go ahead.
There's like the signs were there. I'm more disappointed that people didn't see it sooner.
Yeah. Mainly because it's not obvious. Also, the disappearance of Nagato Yuki, probably the best spin-off to Haruhi Suzumiya. Because it actually not only gives Nagato emotions, but it actually has a great relationship with her and Kyon.
Look, as long as it's not the endless summer, we're good.
Fuck that. I will still, to this day, I love the fact that on record, both Michelle Ruff and John Yon Bosch, English voices for that show, at a convention I've gone on record was just like, dude, it was just like, it went on for fucking ever. It's just like...
And it's the same line?
The same line over and over. It's like Groundhog's Day.
I had actually mentioned to like Eric and them, the producers, I was like, hey, could we like switch up roles? Could I be like, Haruhi? It's an alternate world, right? Can we have accents in another episode? And they actually were like, that's a great idea, but then it was shot down.
That would have been so great. That women was so worth it though. Like if they did what Pop Team Epic did, oh my god.
Beef. Your life has been spared.
Beef. Your life has been spared.
No.
It would have been so great if they had just gotten not just the original actors to switch up, but different people as well.
But nah, I can't have that shit.
I like the song's better. I also like both of these versions, but again, it's just like I use very much more generic, kind of not generic, more popular series. Like it, like
basic. You're basic.
Yeah. Maylin fucking said it.
Like, despite the fact at the time I didn't know Bleach and Orihime were gonna be a couple, but turned out that way. And also, it's just like I don't really think the relationship was all that great in the manga. They barely spend any fucking time. And then that is a show I to this day have never really watched. It's a guy with cat allergies and is being paired with a girl who's half cat.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah,
I've seen that one with Mug.
I tried watching it recently. I kind of bailed because I figured I already kind of know what this is like.
Yeah, it was a guy with cat allergies, has a demon cat girl, and later in the series he ended up having a fiance. Then the childhood friend was another bitch.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, but in the manga, the childhood friend actually dies.
Oh, so it's like Fuka.
Actually good.
The manga is better. Also, that's one thing I am real glad of. I don't think I ever used Fuka in my collection of animes that I've used.
That was her right there.
Fucking 2018. I did use this one scene from Kuroko no Basket because that was actually a really wholesome one, where it's just like the girl is in love with the main character with blue hair because she got a winning popsicle from him.
It's like.
Admittedly, a number of these shows I still do like.
Judo flip!
So for whatever reason, I used the Julia scene in the 2016 at the end. I don't know why.
I still stand by what I said. None of this would have happened if I get Vicious as an asshole, but none of this would have happened if they didn't do their bullshit.
Yeah, no.
What makes it funnier? They never found each other, but their voice actor for ended up getting their voice actors ended up getting married.
Wow.
Oh, the irony!
Oh, the irony! Okay, so admittedly, this is not an anime. However, this is 2018. This is a series of animations called Draw With Me by Mike Annell, who's a really great animator. And like it was a whole story about two lovebirds divided behind a glass, and there was this whole scene where he actually like tried to break through. It ended very badly because he fucked up his arm and couldn't use it anymore.
I mean, it's fine to use something that's not really anime.
Yeah. I wanted to use it because I wanted to use it because I was like, this is like really like wonderful, and it's just like this dude. I was one of the people who was just like, yeah, this dude needs to get an anime of his own. But yeah.
I'm spending all my time for watching. Wanna take me around the streets till the night is up. Come get it. I don't know if I'm not making this shit for 3 years. I'm in the same damn spot. So tell me, let's get down with this. Yeah. I don't want any other business. Yeah.